Okay, let's try this again. We're reacting to the cheap knockoffs of Batman and Captain America, being Captain Battle, Black Bat, what is it, Lee Gleason versus Black Bat. And then, let me see again. Yeah, Captain Battle versus Black Bat, Lee Gleason versus not Black Book Detective, not Death Battle. Whoa, wait. So, this is a non-death battle, isn't it? Yeah. It's like they want to try and differentiate from death battle, so they put the word not in there. And they got this host, which is not Wiz, not Boomstick, no, the actual hosts for this particular not death battle, and it's created by a certain... wait a minute. It's created by a certain, let's see. Wait, that was messed up. Created by a certain Nemesis Bugright. Oh, Nemesis. Oh, where I heard that name before. Or he's basically is the owner of this show, and he also does reactions to Death Battle as well. And I think now, as well as other. He used to do ranking for Death Battle, but not so much. Well, he still does reviews. He also does reviews on other stuff like the Animal Cores now. I mean, icebergs on other stuff. He probably does a lot of the others. He probably does a lot of other stuff with the other terrible movies, Barbie movies, Bratz movies. Yeah, he's done it. He even had a show for Ruby, a bridge. There was what Death Battle should have been, what DBS should have been. He used to do that. And does he still do those? Nope. Not no more. No, from the sound of it though. Now he just does the reviews and stuff like that. Plus, he used to be friends with freaking Demon before they and they had one collab. And they had one collab with facial characters collide too. Okay. That's sort of a weird thing. So this is a very different show. Yeah, they did whereas that Battle did over 200 episodes, I think they done 200 themselves. Whoa! That's like a whole. And most of them was stopped. Most of them that stopped that aren't truly burst to be. They're more which applies better and stuff. But man, is that? Now the one with Batman versus the Wall was funny, but but this is where they actually get into the series research. But this is still a different weird take. Okay, but first of all, I heard of Captain America and Batman, but Captain Battle versus Black Bat, I didn't even know there was a cheap knockoff of these two. But I guess we were going to have to learn otherwise. Yeah. Well, yeah, because like I said, I think as it says in the description, let's see. Hero of the Silver Street, Captain Battle of Silver Street Comics, America's Avenger faces Black Bat, the nemesis crime from Black Book Detective magazine. You heard of Captain America and Batman, but the 1930s and 1940s have many more heroes of the same with the same ilk. Many of which have ended in the public domain. Or ended up in the public domain. What the heck? Darn stupid. Okay, give me. Alright. And what else it says in this battle of Golden Age heroes? Will Lee Gleason's comic book captain take the win, or will Black Book's pulp hero give him another fraud check? You know what? I think this entire whole battle's a project, boy. Boy. Anyway, we're probably gonna watch this anyway. We're gonna probably watch this anyway. Thought this would be something to react to, you know. Because I think because after this, since we're on the topic of Death Battle, we're probably going to watch Death Battle, but not the one for the best Death Battle. We're reacting to the older episodes of the real Death Battle, and one of them is going to be Shotaro Todoroki and Zuko. That one's an oldie but a goodie. And the reason being, we're working on Zuko versus Roy Mustang of all people, which is also a DBS that we in the UCB are now doing as a fully fledged research fight, though. Okay? Now, but enough of that. Let's get into this weird episode of Not Death Battle with this Captain Battle mockery, Black Bat, cheap knockoff of Captain America versus cheap knockoff of Batman. So, yeah, oh boy, we gonna have some rip-offs. I thought you know what, now that I think about it, I think it's best that this should only be Superman rip-offs. You can't have, well, here's the thing, man, you can't have it all, man. You can't really get what you want, because there's gonna always be rip-offs of certain kinds of superheroes. Always rip-offs of cartoons. It's like Sonic over here. He ripped off a Dragon Ball, and particularly it was even more, because it was evident male Sonic beat sales, so he's a seller that books. And then Street Fighter, while they say Street Fighter ripped off the Dragon Ball, they came from the same source, man. Man, it is a coincidence, and this Cammy just ripped off of 18, but then so did Blue Memory, so maybe SNK and Capcom decided to rip off the same people. And then they say Shang-Chi's a rip off of Chun-Li. Yeah, well, the problem is there's no blue. Stupid dog. Yes, Master Roshi's a rip-off of Goken, right? Now, maybe Kung Fu Rule with the buff mode, but yeah, that's it. Man, it's like y'all ripping off people, everybody, and y'all don't even see. Well, Marvel and DC did that to each other once over the name Captain Marvel, so I don't even know if they're still in a legal battle or whatever, man. They probably still are. But then they just name them some same shit. They're like, yeah, but they probably want to get their name back, but yeah. Yes, that is to say, I don't think DC is going to tell their side of the story, and I don't think even Marvel is going to tell their side of the story of this blatant rip-off. We get into, yeah. As much as we like to talk about this, why don't we just get started on the reaction, please? All right. Reaction begins. 3, 2, 1, go.
Heroes! For the many ages of comic book and pulp fiction history, one era will always stand as the pinnacle of being made of stories nobody has read. So nobody. The men of them now exist in the public.
There's some weird stuff going on.
Street's patriotic powerhouse.
And the Black Bat, Black Book Detective's nemesis of crime.
In this episode, we'll be focusing on the primary original stories of Jonathan Battle and Tony Quinn, ignoring other versions of the character such as Captain Battle Jr., the rebooted Captain Battle Juan Baca, the briefly seen first Black Bat of unknown name, or the Black Bat's 2011 successor, Steve Ventura.
Although both characters now exist in the public domain, our scope will be on their original canon, concerning Captain Battle's original run in the Silver Streak comics, as well as his solo series and the events of his son's story, and the Black Bat's nearly 70 total novellas told within his home magazine.
Their modern-day mockbusters, public domain revivals, or even that one-time Captain Fraud survived an attack from Tomcat Studios' Metal Man will not be considered to keep this fight from coming down to whatever random drawing online features and finding the strongest character. Look, I drew the Black Bat one-shot in Goku. This isn't viable media for the episode.
In other words, he's no Wiz and I'm his only friend.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, arsenals, and equipment to find out who would win a not death battle.
Okay, alright. Okay. You know, it's impressive that they're doing this ahead of, Wizard Who's Stick, by the way. Shut up. Let's just continue on, man.
World War II, the deadliest conflict in history, ran for just over 6 years, from 1939 to 1945, as the global coalitions of the Allies and the Axis soaked the world in shades of red.
It was in this period, during 1940, that Timely Comics published a new superhero to try and match the growing popularity of their rival, National Comics Publications' very own Superman.
Freelancer Joe Simon and artist Jack Kirby conceived the hero to stand for America, a direct response to the United States' then non-interventionism, and an
This is the
anti-fascist
1960s.
symbol known as Captain America.
From then on, several more heroes would be made to try and capitalize off the success of this shield-wielding patriotic super soldier, from 1941's Super American to 1942's Guardian, and one even from...
Oh, so these are Captain America's rip-offs. Offs. Yep. And Captain Battle's kind of one of these rip-offs. Oh, there's Soldier Boy from The Boys, cause he's a Captain America rip-off too. Well, yeah, I guess, you know, now that I think about it, some people were trying to create their own satire heroes. I mean, well, then there's freaking, All Might with the, with the combo of the Superman and the Hulk. Which is kind of going to be fun if we're going to be putting them up against the original Incredible Hulk, because, well, it's all about the smashes, people. Yeah, by the way, he's going to really lose that one for real. No. Did you say something? No, we're moving on.
The brainchild of one Leverett Stone Gleason, Silver Street Comics number 11 would debut an all-new hero, Captain Battle.
Captain Battle debuted in a nebulous position between the two world wars. Despite his publication in 1941, he technically appeared half a...
Let's see. I don't even know how we're going to read this scribble scratch. We'll try. Subject Captain Battle, researcher not Jay Wizard. Not Jay Wizard. Brother. What's his name? James? Not James Wizard? Whatever. Shoot. Background nil named Jonathan Battle. Youngest World War I soldier. I thought it was World War II. Former AEF, a brilliant warrior and a brilliant scientist, father of Captain Battle Jr. and Hale Battle. Basically, no backstory, really. So how are they doing a research on this? There's absolutely no backstory on this dude. Well, there's slightly different origins, and they had comic book runs, but this guy's been in public domain for quite a while. Oh. I don't even know how's this guy researching this? Oh my god. Let's just go on.
Before the United States joined the war against the Axis, following the events of Pearl Harbor and other attacks.
And so at first, he didn't fight what on YouTube can only be described as the villains of World War II and other sesh, but rather nonsense villains such as Diablos, a
that's some
creatures able to lift entire navy ships.
Interestingly enough,
like Red Ball off the vulture from Spider-Man.
All we know about Captain Jonathan Battle is that he was the youngest soldier in World War I, a former member of the American Expeditionary Forces who was assigned fighting hand-to-hand combat in the Chateau territory.
And your ears do not deceive you. This man was indeed born so ready to fight crime that his name is literally John Battle.
You may be surprised.
John
Captain Battle doesn't really have a whole lot.
Yeah, minus the super soldier serum and stuff.
Like, he's
I don't think he has any of that.
He's just a really strong man who also happens to be some kind of super genius with many wacky adventures of scientific knowledge.
Oh, and he's a scientist.
Unwitting prisoners of war.
Okay.
Oh, and that POW? Turns out the bird people are actually humans, and Battle found a cure to whatever turned them into bird people, and this one was a kid named Nathan Hale. And because this boy remembered nothing but his name, Jonathan took that from him and renamed him Hale Battle, giving him his new sidekick. He doesn't get a superhero name. He's Hail Battle now.
So this is what passes for epics in the 1940s, huh?
The cures for birdification are only a small part of Captain...
Yeah, so now we gotta rip off the Bucky Barnes here. So they just found this Bucky Barnes on the sidewalk. Look. Oh, come on, Breifs. I'm being serious, man. Why are they... Man, it was Lee Breifs, right? Like, if I was to find this guy, I would punch this dude in the face for trying to do this to Marvel, man. Lee Breifs is dead, boy. How you know? He died like 50 years ago, dude. Well, due to heart complications or something. Never mind, just move on.
Battle's scientific arsenal. He has created a whole host of random bits of equipment across his brief history,
including the Lucifiers, a jetpack that allows him to travel at near the speed of light. Yeah, okay, buddy. This so-called light speed thing is a total Ray Crocker shit, because that same speed was not enough to dodge bullets. And you have to even go faster to achieve that.
Bullets aren't that fast.
Even without these random speed of light claims though, the Lucifiers are fast enough to cross 500 miles within under a night, travel from the Sargasso Sea to the heart of Africa in a day, and turn a day's climb into a minute of flight.
Battle is able to fight just fine in the...
Let me see this, man. Okay, let me see this. Crap. Let me see. Okay. Arsenal, pistol, dissolve gun, D-Witcher gun, Demis a phone gun, Lucifier's use curvoscope, curvetoscope, dynamite, gas mask, cape, sword, whatever is Elijah want. What the? Okay, alright. So, man, this dude's got some Looney Tunes types of weapon right here, man. This all that's a Looney Tunes type of gun. And there's a D-Witcher gun. That's probably something you see out of Tom and Jerry and... Oh my god. We're not dealing with a Tom and Jerry or that... Well, okay. What's that cartoon tune that chases the Wile E. Coyote? Oh, we're not dealing with no Wile E. Coyote type of superhero, man. And... Now, I'm surprised he pretty much has a gun, which I think these names sound like the names of the guns and Looney Tunes, people. You know, and loose fire. Okay, curvoscope. What's a curvoscope do anyway? It's like a telescope where you see crime happening in or like types of binoculars going to see. I'm like, oh my god, dynamite. Oh boy, how much dynamite going to do? How's Dynamite gonna do something against somebody out here that may have, well, I don't know. Don't know about Black Bat yet. I don't even know, but okay. Yeah, just moving on. It's getting on my nerves right now.
On land, and is faster than any known projectile shell.
Unfortunately, the Lucifiers are prone to failure, either from their inability to fly when wet, or crippling weakness to bullets. Luckily, the Captain Battle is a fast enough mind to fix up the Lucifiers on the spot.
And he wears the cape over it sometimes. Don't know how the cape doesn't light on fire doing that, but...
Let's be honest, the Lucifiers are far from the wackiest thing at hand.
Is that Rebecca
Among
Black?
Battle's rather
all grown up.
Dynamite.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Is the
Hold up right there, hold up, man. Hold on, let me back up. Is that really Rebecca Black all grown up? I don't know. I don't think it could be her. It might be her. I don't know. Yeah, she probably hadn't even been on this like since.
Among Battle's rather standard arsenal of dynamite, gas masks, and guns is the curvoscope.
The curvoscope is a device that can see around the curvature of the Earth to spy anywhere on the planet. Okay, so imagine Earth, right? If you were to use a telescope, you would see straight ahead past the curve of the Earth and into space. The curvoscope, however, sees with the curve, allowing him to use it to look at the back of his own head.
But how the fucking hell does he spy anywhere on the planet? How can he locate people like that? And what about anything in the way? It just doesn't make sense.
The best explanation is described as basically just magic.
Well, At least they're self-aware.
But the bulky curvoscope setup requiring a television and all that was not convenient enough for the captain. So he later created a smaller curvetoscope that was portable and could be brought anywhere. Pretty useful because the curvoscope can identify the oriental features of a man with clarity.
Fucking
So that's
yikes.
what the.
And
So that's what it does. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's gonna be one of these battles where they getting on my nerves. Look, calm your nerves down. Let's just keep you going.
But apparently it's useless in a jungle.
Oh, so that's where we draw the fucking line, huh?
And when it comes to combat, Captain Battle makes his American heritage proud by coming with a gun. His standard pistol is able to blow up an anti-aircraft gun in one shot.
That's a cheeky little 1,000,000 joules, by the way.
And the De-Witcher gun can undo magical transformation in a single shot.
Oh, so that's what a De-Witcher gun does. Guys. Assuming there's powerful ways you De-Witcher with that gun. Well, you might.
Volvo gun.
God.
This funny little thing fires a color ray
That
concentrate.
when the fucking gun from
And on contact, it will dissolve all of your bones and nerves into mush!
Fuck, what?
A single shot reduces your bones and nervous tissue into gelatinous goo. But
okay. I can like this. Come on now. Come on. Why this new burn? That is completely disgusting with that, right? Yeah, dude, it's like I picture that gelatinous glue. It's like but it's your own flesh, like, yeah. Oh, God. What are the bones out here? You turn this into annual pudding. I don't think anyone else was the idiot in this shop. Somebody better not go and get that idea till you're turning your bones and that idiot right out of the slot.
leaves you
It's
alive.
disgusting.
That is absolutely horrific. Yeah, Captain Battle but I think that comes off a bit hollow when he does
this.
Good God.
Without his weapons, Captain Battle is more than capable of simply throwing hands normally. He's adept at hand-to-hand and sword combat, able to outmaneuver
What
a
is
German
this
snooker,
gun? What
and
is this
capable
here?
of
Oh
taking
my
on
God.
multiple men at once.
Super soldier or not, he's definitely a superhuman. Able to throw men and even dinosaurs around like ragdolls. He even uses chandeliers and wooden beams as bullets.
It's just move from the asylum. It better not be from the asylum.
What normally would take
Rather from the
men to pull off.
One time, he and Hale came across a Myalog sea serpent, and the two snapped its jaw.
That would require Captain Battle to be putting his ass into withstanding the nearly 2,000 joules it would take to break the jaw on a snake that big.
Combined with the speed needed to catch a magical homing missile,
But
and the explosive by slamming through a brick roof, and Captain Battle made for a perfect soldier for America and destroying the Second Great War.
Let's see. Let's go over his feast. Some other stuff, man. Let me see. Feast B. He throws people around. Well, obviously, which I don't think it should be in its own, because throwing people around is something, or getting every other fighting character. Well, that's every other fighting character, especially Orchid and Sonya would do. Throw around on a dinosaur. As strong as 6 men, which is caught a missile in his hands, which we saw, which that is totally physically impossible, because that missile could go fire in his hands. Actually, in fiction, it wouldn't be possible. If suppose if in Tekken 8, Yuji ends up fighting against, I don't know, Anna Williams of all people. He fires a missile his way, and then he grabs it, and then he'd be like, yeah, lady, because I like it. You do realize that just eat missiles for breakfast, you do. Probably. Well, yeah, he probably. You just. Dude, he did that to his wife in the same name. Probably killed her like, hey, y'all, she did. And his baby moms and whatnot, man, for real. Caught him in his hands. What, flew between continents and days? Does this dude have flight? He must have had flight. Or he must have been driving around on a plane or something. Faster than anyone known projectile shall. Okay, faster than anyone known projectile shall. Does he actually dodge bullets? Is it this he faster than any known projectile shell? What projectile shell? They didn't say he was faster than bullets. So it was. So are they trying to lie or something? And snap the jaws of a mile-long serpent. Oh my God, that boy. This is escalating quickly. I mean, it got out of hand real fast. Probably not by much, yeah. Yeah.
Would need these skills and abilities when he headed on his greatest journey yet. A grand quest chasing clues and mysteries, finding a sword and fighting off.
Who's this guy? Zelda?
All leading to
or Link. I'm sorry. Who is this guy? Link or somebody?
And even his 4-issue miniseries simply reprinted this last arc without making a new ending for it.
leaving Captain Battle without an ending. Well, kind of.
For 2 issues, Captain Battle's son would get his own comic.
Well, hail Battle?
Nope. Captain Battle Jr. A more hit with the kid's complete dickweed with no ability to follow orders. Except that time he did. And we got to see the last image of the Captain.
This sad, kind of pathetic final sight of the Captain would be the last time he'd be seen before entering the public domain. Begging for help, left to die in a German concentration camp by his son. Apparently, he'd been lured and shot by a German soldier and brought in as a prisoner of war.
What a depressing ending for Jonathan.
Oh, so that's how that Captain Battle coming in.
Leading a brigade of boys in the name with
I don't think Comic deserves it for being this cringe, so...
This is all what they left him with.
Well, then again, you know, they said Mickey would end up being in the public domain as far as Steamboat Willie,
return to the
so...
spotlight has been a tough one. In 2011, some manner of stage performance starring the Captain would run for a few episodes by serial killers, known as Captain Battle and the Thief of Tomorrow.
According to his theme song, he will kick your ass. He also has a suspiciously similar shield to one I've seen on another character.
He can also break it down.
He would also return earlier than that for a 1 issue in 2009, when Image Comics would release their next issue, Project 1, a series of anthology one-shots that would be...
So anybody can actually take this guy and then put him in, and then make it into him, and then put him in the public domain.
To fight the war until his last breath. Once again robbing him of an ending, but this time even robbing him of a child.
Well, at least they gave him this dissolver fist thingy that has a super melty touch. It's not really something the canon Captain Battle ever used, but it's something at least.
There's also Juan Baca, the incarnation of the Captain in Chapter House Comics, who has crossed over with yet another Captain America copy. That's right, it's Canada's own Captain Canuck.
This kashmak would probably help more if he just stayed away from me.
And perhaps most famously, Captain Battle returned in the form of an old friend.
Oh great, there's more stuff here. There's kind of like more stuff here, hold up. There's more stuff here. Public domain versions, Legacy Wars, Stick, technically the only superhero here. Captain Fraud, America's Hulk Hoaxer, Comic House, Real Name Join, Baca, Laser Guns, Thief of Tomorrow, beat the third right with the dance off. Here, Hexier, Image Comics, Multiverse, Dead Son. Oh, so this is all these public domain versions of comics you see here. And this is what's been in this whole public domain. So to this day, this Captain Battle still exists. And no one else talks about him other than just Captain America. Well, I don't know, that seems to be it. Well, I say, it's good, because why would you want to have somebody compared to that to Marvel's finest hero that also died in Endgame, and it was portrayed by Steve Evans, Chris Evans, who played Steve Rogers. I mean, yeah. Nobody's supposed to be ripping on for Steve Rogers. At least you got Steve Rogers and Marvel Rivals. Having a cup of coffee with good old Scott Summers Cyclops. And you still... And since he still got these Marvel rivals, that'll make the fight between him and Jason the Red Power Ranger even more interesting. But that's neither here or there, so let's move right on anyway.
Motherfucking Captain Battle Legacy War. Oh yeah, it's that dire.
Captain Battle in this film is famously not very powerful, being beaten down a lot over the course of the movie, and only having access to
this guys.
only gun he doesn't use.
Which is something of an irony, given this version of him actually is explicitly superhuman, having a healing factor that only works once and that's about it.
We've covered this incarnation of the character in a previous Not Death Battle, but what makes it even worse, this isn't even Captain Battle. This character,
these heroes. Oh yeah, I remember. These heroes are made from the asylum too.
Except that Samuel here is active in 2013.
They still running around there. I don't know.
20 by the time of World War
If they still running around, you're gonna be like, man, somebody.
Best, this guy would be over 88 years old. Didn't
be glad it's only movie.
That's also basically it. It's no joke to say the most culturally relevant Captain Battle has been in years.
These movies, you better be glad these movies are straight to DVD because they DVD.
But it's not like the Captain never
DVD, man.
Captain Battle may no longer be in public conscience, but one cannot say he has been entirely forgotten. Today, Lev Gleason Publications has been brought back in the form of Lev Gleason Incorporated. Maybe one day we could even possibly see an ending worthy of Jonathan Battle.
We can only hope someone gives a proper conclusion to Captain Battle, America's Avenger. In 1938, the world...
Yeah, just give that man... Yeah, just give that man his ending already so we can get this... We can be done with this Captain America rip-off. Boo! Boo! Let's move on.
Superman, the hero that defines superheroes almost a full century now.
Seeking to replicate its success, National Comics Publications requested for more superheroes in 1939. Writers Robert Kane and Milton Gilfinger to create a new icon of pulp culture. Named for the Scottish
Odie, get out of here.
Bruce and you.
Odie, get it. Odie, get the hell out of here. We don't even need you. This ain't even Batman. Oh wow! Wait. Get out of here! I'll get him out. Get out of here! You really what the fuck you try? Get out of here! Go back home! Man, real. Alright, let's continue on.
Father Mad Anthony Wayne, they brought forth Bruce Wayne, commonly hypothesized to be the Batman.
Little did they know that in the very same an old hero would be making
the good old common fighting superhero playboy billionaire or billionaire. They got shot by Harley Quinn in the pathetic Sushi Squad, by the way. Arch nemesis to the Joker. Sexual beloved is this Catwoman. Because he asked her to get that pussy. The girl's still giving him pretty much every other girl does him pussy, but Catwoman especially. You sleep with cat burglars. You really operate outside the law, Bruce?
Come on, he disappeared. They would revive that very character and change him into something darker, cooler, and way more interesting.
In the magazines of a black book detective, Norman A. Daniels conceived of a sneaky crime fighter, a district attorney blinded by chemicals, who would gain heightened senses and fight crime.
This was Anthony Quinn, better known as the Black Bat.
Fun fact.
Oh, so that's Batman's ripoff. Who happens to be a mixture of Batman and Daredevil because Daredevil was an attorney, so he must be a district attorney too. Yeah, You not only stole off Batman, you also stole off for Daredevil too, you idiot. Yeah, you not only stole off for Batman, you also stole off for Daredevil too. So that right there, you ought to be sent in jail for stealing.
It's highly unlikely that they directly
copyright
one another on a conceptual level, but Black Bat would contain elements that would almost certainly inspire elements of Batman, like his own version of the Batcave and
okay, let me see this. Let me see this. Okay, let me see this. So this is Anthony Tony Quinn. Well, I gave you Tony Story. Breifs, come on. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude. Come on. Come on. That was just a mix of Daredevil, Batman, and Iron Man at the same time. Oh, there's another superhero. There's a mix of Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Batman. Oh my god. Tony Quinn. One more addition to Tony. Current distance to Tony of Vulcan City, which is basically based on New York. It's basically Gridwalk Gotham City ripoff. LA with Norman Silk, Kirby, Carol Baldwin, Jack Butch O'Leary, Ramsey, then those he kills with stickers. New York's worst wanted, so he's a crook. Oh my god,
that closer resembled modern Batman than the blatant murderer who just got bored one day from the original Golden Age comics.
Black Bat would more blatantly inspire Batman when Finger and Kane took inspiration from Black Bat's wrist flaps, adding the fins to Batman's gloves that we all know today.
What inspired Tony Quinn, though, was a horrific event that occurred during the trial of criminal mastermind Oliver Snate. Set to expose him with a testimony and evidence Snate didn't know of prior, the racketeer sent out his men to throw acid in the courtroom and destroy whatever incriminated him. And in an act of heroism, Quinn put his eyes on that list.
Blinded.
See, I told you. He's still Daredevil's backstory.
Was over.
Stolen Daredevil's backstory, man.
It
Come
would
on
be
now.
until a
Come
strange
on. Real.
came to his home that a new path would be introduced to him. He would be taken to a small rural town in Illinois, where a unique, once-in-a-lifetime transplant took place.
When it was done, not only was Quinn able to see, but he could see better. How they even pulled off a full eye transplant in 1939, when that's not even something humans do in 2026, I have no idea.
The genius, Dr. Harrington, modified Quinn's new eyes before the operation, opening up the cornea to expose more of the lens. This allowed Quinn to see way better than any normal man.
Which, if you're wondering, is not even close to how that works.
With his new eyes, Quinn could see in the dark as if it was no different to broad daylight. The range of sensitivity of his eyes is considered akin to a cat, though cat's eyes aren't necessarily better in every way to humans like Quinn's are.
Yeah, the Black Bat
Yeah,
is
right.
project-wise as if they were no different to telephone poles, the former being around 5mm thick, and the latter being at a minimum still 250mm thick, meaning the Bat can see 50 times the clarity of a normal person. That's not how that works, but hey, neither does any of this works.
He can see your location based on 1 second of seeing your shadow, see exact colors in the dark when there is literally no light with which to see any colors, spot a submarine in the depths of the ocean, see faint scratches on the screw of a watch, and even tell a painting is fake and real from the imperfections in the color harmony.
He can quite literally do what's impossible. He saw a smear of grease on the floor in pitch black darkness like it was nothing. Well, how do you do that?
The eyes at least have an explanation. His other senses, not as much.
It's well known that people with blindness or deafness or other sensory disabilities develop heightened senses in what they still have to compensate. But Tony Quinn's body was running over time because his senses are so insane that they're described as
He has that.
a
Man,
radar
he ripped that off from Daredevil. Come on,
in
bro.
another room with enough
Yeah, he probably
accuracy
did.
to
Look at
tell
that
a
sonar
droid's
sensors.
He can hear pictures
Not only did he rip off of that, man, come on. How many times you gonna rip off of Batman? Man, come on, dude. Just listen, Breifs, come on, man.
And one
Just
time,
listen.
he heard someone from several floors away while that person was in a soundproof room.
He can hone his senses to hear
It's kind of the same thing Daredevil does. Well, different.
And to him, the sound of barely
Because he couldn't hear people from off the sound of the room.
sound of thunder. A footstep is only 35 decibels, while thunder can reach 165. Oh, that's not too big of a gap, you might think. You'd be wrong! Decibels are logarithmic. That's a 10 trillion times difference. You can hear 10 trillion times better
well, come on.
than you can.
His sense of touch is so precise that he can tell two pieces of paper come from the same group just by feeling the texture between his fingers, or feel bumps in a car that normal people can't without making their fingers purposefully sensitive.
He can also smell elusive odors and has a sixth sense warning him of impeding objects before he makes contact with them. With all these senses, how can he even keep up this act of being blind?
Oh, that's simple. He just develops a film over his eyes that makes him look blind and doesn't react when light is shined into them. In fact,
Okay, hold up. Is this guy blind or not blind? Come on, man. Is this guy blind or not blind? Come on, make up your mind. God dang.
Tell that he is able to see. He's just that good.
With these new, frankly, kind of impossible senses, the Black Bat will go on a campaign to take down criminals in New York City. Aided by his rubber-turned-personal butler and master of disguise, Norton Silk Kirby, the love of his life and espionage expert Carol Baldwin, and a monster of a man ex-boxer Jack Butch O'Leary, the four have become the secret operations unit behind the world's new nemesis of crime.
Oh, brother. It was his blood, right? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the guy. Yep, the name of the guy running the channel. So, oh, and this is the subject of the Black Bat by researcher Not Boomstick. Okay. Abilities, perfect night vision. If it's that perfect already, enhanced hearing, smell, or touch. Arsenal is 38 and 44 automatic pistols. Oh, I see. There's a difference between them. Batman doesn't use firearms, while this dude uses firearms. Okay. But he does have a repelling rope. I don't know, we should be saying the word on YouTube. Repelling rope. Why they just actually spelled the word that we cannot see on YouTube right now. Jeez, we can get in trouble. Alright. Souped up bulletproof car, daggers. Okay, which is not really battle rings. Okay, he doesn't. Okay. Latest criminology equipment. Submachine guns, very small tools, machine guns, and more guns. So this guy uses guns different from what Batman cannot use because he used. And so I think this Black Bat kills, which Batman doesn't. So that's kind of like the one difference between this Black Bat and Batman. Except when he has to, because Joker's a menace, which technically he still doesn't want to. But the family keeps on telling him, you got to kill this guy because this guy will not stop. Like, well, okay, whatever. It's yeah, I'm starting to get to that fact around here with this mess. But let's move on.
Black Bat doesn't have any fancy weapons, but he does carry plenty of firearms. His favorite are his automatic pistols, described as either 44 or 38 caliber. There aren't many fully automatic pistols at the time, though he could be using an M1932
Schnelfer.
machine pistol.
That's what it's spelled, Schnelfer.
Semi-automatic Colt
Is it
M1991s.
German?
Guns more than powerful enough to kill people.
Well, it's German for, yeah, this gun
Doesn't
yeah.
come with pistols either. He has used long barrel rapid fire rifles, Tommy guns, submachine guns, heavy automatics, and shotguns. He even has a spare Luger and American and automatic 38 cal.
And he supplements these guns with blades and knives designed for melee combat, as well as a large supply of various tools designed for breaking and entering, primarily held within a small kit containing miniature tools like, a screwdriver, pliers, a whole automatic camera.
He's got even more tools. He can tie people up with fine silk, or even rappel down a building with a greater skill than a professional. His skeleton key lets him unlock any door ever, and his tools allow him to easily deassemble and reassemble devices. Oh, and he has a telescope. By the way, all these he made himself.
All held within his secret underground laboratory, containing all the most up-to-date devices for crime fighting and analysis. Turns out, he's kind of a brilliant detective.
Well, the Black Bat is never described as wearing any kind of armor. His Black Bat costume does seem to be somewhat fire-resistant. And even when shredded with bullets, he has come out unharmed, implying a limited amount of bullet resistance. And if you think this looks dumb, well, joke's on you, because this artwork has always been incorrect. According to the stories, he actually looks like this.
To get around, he has multiple vehicles, including a power launch boat, which can travel 2 miles within a few hours. That's over.
It's the speed of a
Okay, what's missing here? Does he have his own Batmobile or something?
I mean, yeah, but like today, who uses a 1930s to 50s powered launch anymore? I just want to talk about boats.
More importantly, he has a car, one that looks normal but is actually bulletproof. His car is even souped up and unable to be avoided. The fastest civilian model as of today is the SCC Totora with a top speed of 455.4.
Yeah, early 1950s are the latest point in the timeline, remember?
Shit fuck!
At this point, the top land speed for a civilian-owned car was 200.5 kilometers an hour. If we were to generally assume that the Bat's souped-up coupe could match the record-setting Jaguar XK120.
Well, I mean, sure. It helps that
money,
he's enough
though,
to
by the
change
way.
a car, dodge perfectly at the last second, and spin
It must
around
be
with
Jay
a
Leno.
to spare as well.
That's not the half of it. The Bat wouldn't even begin his crusade until he could shoot a playing card twice from 30 feet away in the dark after it was thrown in the air. He's taken out multiple foes at once, killed a man by ricocheting a bullet off his shirt button.
Okay,
He can
yeah.
tell where a bullet was fired
So
from
we get
behind
the
him,
one
and
next.
only where
Okay.
the bullet landed, and he always hits his mark with perfect head or heart shot.
He shot a man's hand so well that it stopped the man from unpinning a grenade without hitting the grenade or anything other than the man's hand. Can perform a paralyzing net punch, knows how long you'll be unconscious for by how hard he hits you, and of course he's a master locksmith too.
And all this, everything we've mentioned, comes together to his ultimate weapon, fear. The Black Bat's crusade was defined by the fear he inspired in others. Even
Yep, stole that off of Batman, because he do use fear to intimidate enemies too. So, yeah. So the Feast has never missed shots. Returning to James Rolfe, I am not making this up. Survived the blow that shook his house. Because he lives in a house, man. He doesn't live in a mansion like Bruce does. Max Butch, who shakes entire buildings with roars. Wow. Fastest quick draw on Earth. Yeah, like a Western. Knew a bullet's origin point from his landing in seconds. Crossed the street faster than eyesight. Thou shot a man gunfire. Needs only 2 hours of sleep. Her itself dealt through self-reforce and sounding proofing. So this is basically a Batman who uses guns and is a daredevil who's in here senses. Now he got the best of both worlds right there. Said Batman doesn't kill and Daredevil. Well, honestly, I don't think I think he's a mixture between he doesn't kill to he does kill, but I think Marvel heroes kills people than DC heroes, but except for Batman, I don't know. Let's move on, man. I mean, I don't even know either. But how could he do? But he could do all these sorts of feats, and here's some people. I think that sounds. I don't think it's a 1-to-1 with these feats, but now that I think about it, those are the interesting to say the least. It's not a 1-to-1, but exactly. But I think the hurt self to self force, that's similar to what Daredevil can pull off. He can probably hear people. Can he hear Kingpin? He probably can hear Kingpin, but he can also hear Kingpin trying to swing at him. So maybe, yeah.
no friends knew they would have feared if they didn't know him. The Bat was so dangerous and effective that even the cops didn't want him. In particular, Captain McGraw, who was constantly on his heels trying to catch him and prove his theory that he was really Tony Quinn.
The Black Bat took down so many criminal rings you'd think he was superhuman. In fact, he was superhuman. He's fast enough to dodge automatic gunfire and pistol shots many times and run across a street so fast that someone watching might have assumed they had just imagined him. He's described as the fastest quick draw on Earth, or even lightning speed. Yeah, okay, buddy.
His skill has allowed him to take on foes described similar to or even now able, such as his friend Butch, such as John. And Butch is strong enough to shake buildings by roaring.
And no, that's just not flowery language. Silk once knew Butch was in the area because he could see dishes shaking as a result of the man roaring. Hell, Quinn has himself taken hits that shook his mansion. That's a lowly little 37,000 joules.
Putting himself through so much strain was too much in the end. He loved Carol Baldwin, but he knew he couldn't have a life with her as long as being the Bat put her in danger. His own butler and one of his only friends was constantly in trouble. Even later being promoted back to special district attorney, he couldn't avoid being a criminal to save lives. And one day, he stopped.
In the last story featuring the Black Bat, Tony Quinn would hang up the role and become the district attorney of the totally real Vulcan City. While still willing to put up his dukes, he would try to live a normal life. His role was complete. America had made it through the Second World War and he could finally relax. After a decade of action, he would finally live the life he earned. In the hundreds of German stories, he even gets to marry Carol.
And since then, the Black Bat would only return in the modern day sporadically.
He would be revived by Dynamite Entertainment as a brooding anti-hero, a once corrupt district attorney trying to make amends. So you know, nothing like the Black Bat.
There's also his follow-on from Clockwork in The Legacy of the Black Bat, a comic that is weird. In this series, the Black Bat died in 1976 at the age of 74, and his mantle was taken up by someone else.
Someone else who hangs out with a superhero team along with the literal Indian deity Hanuman.
And also is his clone from the 2040s, Steve Ventura, who can no-sell an atomizer and beam in random weapons like this magnet gun.
His most relevant return saw him come back in Rise of the Black Bat, a, yes, Tomcat mockbuster, where he would use...
Oh, okay. So this is the public domain stuff again. So his public domains range from Legacy, the clone of Tony, and the gun beams and weapons survived an atomizer looking at him. Rise of the Black Bat was blind and couldn't see. Dynamite can reappear and disappear, while they are Dynamite Entertainment crooked attorney. Okay. That's all I got? Okay.
Dynamite disappeared from people's views and was, quote, blind and also can't see.
It's no joke to say that the Black Bat has been somewhat lost to time. But is that a problem? He got an ending. And since then, despite being legal for anyone to use, has gone on to just rest. He fought, he gave, and at last he lived. And at the end of the day, isn't that the best we could ask for?
His story is over, and his fight is done. That is the legacy of the nemesis of crime.
Okay.
Why does he sound like the Walker?
In the bowels of the city, in the back, at Black Bat.
Alright, the combatants are ready and the weapons are set. That's not how you say that?
Okay, so prediction time. Who do you think's gonna win, Breifs? Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna have to tell you this much. Perhaps I want to actually see this though. I pretty much am thinking if this guy can actually dodge bullets from off of this Black Bat guy, he might be able to beat him wholesale, because I don't think it's going to end up like that other matchup with a Bat and a Captain again. And plus he pretty much that flew around 12 seconds though. And yeah, he does have that shield to block it too, and other than that, it's gonna be a couple of fish fights here and there. I don't think either of them are skilled, but I'm thinking, out of all of these other things, Battle should take this. And I'm gonna go with Battle as well, because it seems to me that from what I'm paying attention and researching, I don't know if it's the Richard gun's gonna work, but his dissolve gun is gonna dissolve off his weapons quick. He's probably gonna give him a mouthful, and he's probably on his level. So yeah, We all know, he's getting the win on this. Yeah.
But let's go with it anyway. Let's end this debate that no one's ever had till now.
I feel like it's time for a Not Death Battle! And
Thank you, viewers, for the 40k subscribers.
Close a sec. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Jesus.
Brandon, I got the perps.
Good job, John. Now get back. Hale's waiting on you.
Wait, I heard something. I'll get back to you. Tell Hale I might be late.
So this is a live action
Silk!
film.
Where are you? Silk! Get up! Get up, Silk! He's dead!
Hey you! What did you do to that man?
Don't take up that tone with me.
You talk a big game. Do you know who I am?
Of course I do. Captain Battle. America's Avenger.
Of course the so-called nemesis of crime would know.
My reputation precedes me.
Yeah, I've heard about you, Black Bat. Killing innocent people, burning them with your stickers.
Don't believe everything you hear in the papers.
I don't need to believe what I read. I can tell a hoax when I see one. And I can see the truth right in front of me. You don't want this fight.
You have no idea what I want.
Fight!
This is a live action fight.
That's not possible.
I didn't think I'd make it this far myself.
Try this on for size.
Try what? Oh. Huh. I wonder where did he... Try this on for size. I got this in a treasure hunt.
I liberated this from a private collector.
Stealing from the real criminals.
What kind of camera work are they doing a camera with this one?
I don't need these trinkets.
You intend to fight me without weapons?
Seems to be legit on this one.
I have weapons.
Damn.
Nice stick. I prefer mine. Oh yeah.
Payback's a bitch.
Yes. Ow.
See how you like this.
Watch out for that. Whoa. Oh, okay. See, I told you this dude, you was gonna fly. Oh, wait, he does fly with a jetpack. And it's destroyed.
You damaged my Luciflyers.
Come on, Captain Battle, you can win this.
We're grounded.
Funny. You've just made this a lot more painful for yourself.
Yep, get him down on the ground. Get him down on the ground. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's going all the way. He's behind the wall.
How'd you lose the eye?
Hand-to-hand combat. Chateau territory. It's as they say. An eye for an eye. And a whole lot
Yep,
more.
man.
You're
Man.
taking me way too easily for a normal man in the dark. I think it's obvious something is going on.
Acid. I was blind. I couldn't see. After a quick operation, I got better. Better than anyone on this planet.
Anyone, huh? I can do this all day, buddy.
I can do this all night.
Quick drop!
Oh shit!
Whoa!
One little bullet, one big boom.
Oh man! Oh! Watch out! Oh God! He actually moves. He can move. Oh man, he pulled the Batman on you, man.
Behind me! Huh? Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes? Sorry, I'm blind.
That's very good, sir. Did you see a man go through here?
Oh yes, he went down there.
Thank you.
He's getting played.
Sir, are you sure you saw? Whoa! Oh my God! I'm losing my mind.
Not quite. Just this fight. Hey,
Yeah, throw that grenade on him.
My car!
Oh great, yeah, the car chase continues. He's still dodging out the way. How's he dodging? Dang. Oh, he got him. Nope, man, that was a bad mistake. Nope. You'll never remember reason inside the car where somebody gonna run him behind you. Look.
Possible.
Unless you skilling the.
I am what's possible.
No.
This is a Salvo. I recommend you stand down, chum. One shot and your bones and nerves will turn into a gelatinous mush.
Maybe, but you need to aim first.
Come on, just stop.
My DeSalvo!
He had the dissolver in his hand and you dropped it.
Oh yeah. There you are.
Oh God dang it, man! You knew you was being led into a trap, man. Yeah. He got it.
Where did he go?
He's trying to stay alert.
Damn. My Lucifly's over there still. Huh?
He's still.
We're both Americans here, Bat. Why don't you come out and fight me like one? What the?
Oh man, he got him.
Curvoscope can see around the curve of the Earth. You can't hide from me. Try it out yourself.
Oh man, he got him. Dang. Crap. You probably got this overdone. Dang.
He's faster at the draw, but is he faster at the mind?
What's he doing? He's... No, what are you doing? You're about to get... Maybe he's running from that.
What? It's empty. Fine. I'll use my own.
Oh man, I think this is over. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. It's not over. It's just getting started.
It's the end of the line, Captain Battle.
You're a good detective. But not so good with technology you've never met.
Woo!
Made it myself. Fixed it myself.
Ooh!
Jackpot.
And done. We was right too.
I didn't get hoaxed.
Absolute cinema this
I
one.
did avenge those who did.
Absolute cinema on this one. Yep. It's like we got it right though. And we both got it right. He won.
My god. He's a fraud no more. That was gross.
We've literally seen worse.
Yeah, I would agree. It was gross, but we've seen a lot of gross stuff. But hey, yeah, he
Captain
won.
America versus Batman. These beat out a lot more than it might seem.
It may be reasonable to assume that Captain Battle's explicitly superhuman strength made him a way too great a foe for the Bat to match, but that's far from the case.
Yes, Captain Battle could swing around multiple men, logs, and dinosaurs. Yes, he could perform tasks that require 6 men easily. Yes, he could withstand the force needed to snap the jaw of a giant snake. But believe it or not, these feats weren't anything the Bat couldn't handle.
Remember Butch? Yeah. His ability to shake a house by roaring is extremely impressive here. The Bat isn't quite his equal for sure, but he has contested with him. Beaten foes described similarly, and beaten jocks who himself could throw Butch around. Hell, the Bat has himself survived hits that shook his entire mansion.
It's likely that Captain Battle is
2.7
stronger.
and 2 zeros.
After
Okay,
all,
we
those
see.
Diablos can move around boats. Even assuming the low end of a 16,000-ton World War I Navy vessel, just one of these Diablos would be outputting 470 million joules. That's 12,000 times
107
greater
billion,
than
oh.
House Shake. But then again, Butch did that by screaming. This hilarious study, Can Human Screams Power a Roller Coaster, determined that one person produces 0.05 joules per second of screaming. And assuming a sustained solid average scream of 3 seconds, Butch should have produced 0.17 joules, making his scream 218,000 times greater than a normal person. Upscaling the high end of a normal person's punch at around 470 joules, we find that Butch's punching strength would cap out at 102 million joules.
Dang, that's a
Battle
lot.
Only 4 times stronger, a strength gap that the Bat is more than used to having to deal with.
You can say the same for their arsenals as well. Captain Battle's equipment is way more wacky and wild. His normal pistol made explosions way too strong for the Bat to survive, and his Dissolvo was a surefire instant win.
But in practicality, the same went the other way. Remember, Captain Battle canonically went down because of a bullet. It is narratively necessary that he can be taken out by bullets, and no feats shown have ever gone against this notion.
And with how insanely good a marksman the Bat is, one shot is likely all you need. Even the Lucifers, which aren't even something the Bat has really encountered before, aren't a certain fire win con to get Battle out of harm's way. They've been shot down before, and quite regularly, in fact, by far less capable marksmen than Tony Quinn. Not to say it wouldn't help, it would absolutely give Battle better control of the battlefield, and a sizable advantage before it gets taken out of the fight.
The Bat's arsenal may seem more mundane. His guns are weaker, his vehicle's slower, his equipment's less unique. But they're effective enough to one-shot Battle, just like Battle can one-shot him.
You could even argue
Well, I guess that could be. So I guess you're trying to say we're making the case for either or.
In terms of skill, there's basically no contest.
Surprisingly so, in fact. Jonathan Battle apparently takes the claim of the youngest soldier to have fought in World War I, which would make him younger than the 14-year-old Breifs Beamer during that time. Fun fact, Breifs Beamer would go on to be the iconic voice of the Lone Ranger from 1941 to the end of his original radio show in 1954.
Having fought through World War I and then continued to fight crime up to and into the duration of World War II, he would have battled foes potentially from 1914 to as late as the 1940s. Potentially 26 full years of experience alongside military training.
Comparatively, Tony Quinn has only been active for under a decade.
Yeah.
So a few years have passed since that story. He's not come close to fighting for nearly 3 full decades, let alone 2.5.
And yet, in spite of that and his lack of formal military or even police training, the Bat's feats of skill far away eclipse Battle's. While Captain mostly relies on his immense strength to get the job done, the Bat has done way more impressive stuff with and without his guns.
Not only is he a crack shot,
So I see what's going on
he
over
also
here.
do uncanny things, like know the origin point of a bullet without seeing the shot, just the point of impact. And in a fight, he's been able to perform paralyzing neck strikes and take advantage of weak points to take down much
so he can
larger
do all that.
foes.
Battle may have beaten 10 men at once, but that's not really that much more
Well, that's
impressive
true,
than
and
the
there's
fact
not
that
even
7
been
men
10
in a
men,
single
but Alex,
fight. He knows how long you'll be
he's strong enough to
uncomfortable
face
with
somebody
it
like him,
just
so.
because he's that good. He's also beaten a man with a gun at a distance using a fishing rod while still playing off as a blind man.
It's not even uncommon for
Well,
him to outclass
impressive,
those
sure,
warriors at
but-
a task. He can repel with greater skill than those who do it for a living. In a direct fistfight, the Bat easily has a skill advantage.
His super senses
Yeah,
will
easily.
allowing him to essentially know what
He does have to have the
comes
blindness,
by
but
feeling them. Even if they're coming
but
in
that
from
but
beyond
what he
his
lacks
knowledge.
in fighting
Battle
ability,
certainly won't
he
be
makes
able
up
to do
for
any
it
sneaking around.
until sheer
But to be fair,
willpower
Battle's
alone.
experience and superior
tactical
training
precision
could probably
alone.
help him even out the skill difference by a little. He still takes out groups of men solo in direct combat.
Battle is
Yeah.
just generally smarter, but like, being a brilliant scientist and inventor only means so much in a fisticuffs brawl.
Basically capping out in that he'd probably be able to fix any damaged equipment. It's probably a little more helpful than the Bat's superior detective skill.
It's also not impossible for him to just disappear. He might not be able to do this in broad daylight, but here's a fun fact. Across 60 stories, the Black Bat has basically never acted during daytime. It is generally more likely for Captain Battle to
just
come
like
into
with
a fight
Batman,
without
though.
using
Well,
his
he
guns
does have that
than
in the
it is for
daytime
the Bat to even
sometimes.
be active as the Bat during the day.
Yeah, you might think it's giving the Bat an unfair advantage to take place at night, but it really isn't. Captain Battle is equally capable at any time of the day, while the Bat is at normal capacity during the night and actively weaker in the day. Even ground for the fight is the nighttime.
And as such, the Bat would be able to take advantage of his impeccable stealth to, say, get behind Captain Battle and shoot him. You know, the exact same thing that took Battle out in the comics.
Of course, Battle could potentially get around this with the Curvoscope, or at least the handheld portable version.
But that was
Yeah,
unlikely to work more than once. The Bat certainly would take
Yeah,
shoot that device before
that is
Captain
true.
Battle could use it a second time.
This gave the Bat many ways to work around Battle's wackier arsenal and greater strength. So this fight came down to a single factor: speed.
When it came
Well,
down
yeah.
to it, who would get off the first winning shot?
That's something I think these
is
dudes
the
need to
real
put categories so we
deciding
can
factor.
understand
So as a
it a
start,
lot
the
better.
Black Bat's car could at best go at
But we're doing with our
245
show, though.
kilometers an hour, while Battle's Lucifliers can go from the Sargasso Sea to Central Africa at about half a day.
A distance of roughly 2,536.7 kilometers in half a day would be equal to 211.32 kilometers per hour, putting it just above the highest possible end for Bat's car.
The Bat could also travel the width of a street faster than human eyesight, or within 1/60th of a
This is
second,
speed
or
distance,
0.16 seconds.
American streets are actually really wide relative to the rest of the world. According to the study, Street Standards and the Shaping of
And
Suburbia,
some people just
by
gotta go the
Southworth and Aaron Ben Joseph, residential roadways were 30 feet wide even back in the 1850s, and up to 50 feet by 1935. That would require Bat to move at 914.4 meters per second to cross that
Whoa.
distance in that time. Over 2.6 times the speed of sound.
That's actually faster than any of Captain Battle's direct movement feats. But he has been able to dodge anti-aircraft rounds, which during World War II could have reached up to 840 meters per second, meaning the Bat would only be going at 1.08 times faster than what Battle can already dodge.
Bat can dodge multiple shots at once while at that speed, showing a degree of reactionary speed the Bat simply hasn't or doesn't have at that pace compared to Battle. At best, the Bat has dodged automatic gunfire, which does still get within the 100 meters per second range, but not that close.
And then there's also the claim that Battle can fly faster than any shell, and some shells in World War II were able to go over 1,000 meters per second.
Machine might scale to, even if the point of the timeline
Man, this is like
claimed
long
made is
results
far from
portion.
clear. Either way, he's
But we have to
slightly
get through all of
below
that.
or slightly above the Black Bat using these feats. but always within a pretty similar range.
Ironically, it seems we're going nowhere fast. Even in speed, these two are shockingly well matched.
Ironically, you guys are kind of not doing that.
Hyperbolic statements. The fastest the bat has been described as was like lightning, while Captain Battle has been placed near the speed of light. Even half the speed of light would put Captain Battle at 1,241 times faster, and these claims for Battle are much more consistent. Even Battle's own inferior clone has also been described at moving at lightning speed.
But it's hard to say that alone is enough to give Battle a solid win. It's a set of hyperbolic claims that are not supported by the narrative or anything else. When it comes down to it, these two are so evenly matched that maybe one even smaller factor might be what really determines it. Let's head back to the Dissolvo gun.
Yeah. What about it?
The Dissolvo isn't just a gun, it's a ray gun.
What?
Yeah, well, figures.
Shit.
This changes everything.
Being a gun that shoots what appears to be a beam of light, it's the only weapon between the two that neither character can dodge.
Exactly. This means that in a direct fight, whoever has this weapon is most likely to land a shot first. And that gives Captain Battle the small edge he needs to actually cinch the winning point.
This was a shockingly close match.
Yep, that's
Their
it.
strength, speed, and deadlinesses made it a hard one to decide. But while the Bat held the advantage in skill, Captain Battle had the most effective weapon, and combined with the Lucifer's better mobility and decades of more experience, it was just enough to barely inch out and give him the win.
And if you're wondering, expanding it to using all of their content makes it a lot more clear-cut for Captain Battle. He now has ways to dissolve the bat in melee, he has a shield to deflect range attacks, more laser guns, and at that point the light speed statements are small potatoes.
And yes, as funny as it is to think about, him surviving attacks from Metal Man in the same fight where Metal Man could match Bulk, who could run across the DC multiverse this fast and survive hits from the universe-busting Almighty Four would be, well, it wouldn't scale, but he'd downscale enough that even if he were 1 undecillion times weaker than them, he'd still outscale Black Bat forever. Comparatively, Black Bat would literally only get some dynamite. And I guess scaling to Captain Fraud in this very episode wherein he
he probably will get the dynamite, but that ain't gonna be enough
the ability
anyway.
to beam in weapons. And while some might help, like this long-range magnet, how much does it help when Battle is so much stronger and faster now?
Public domain characters are weird, man. Oh yeah, Battle still loses to the other mockbusters, he doesn't have the stats to match, and the Dissolvo is not going to work against the Metal Suit, strange purple creature, and god that is not a human being. Anti-projectile will be eaten up. Thanks for the meal.
Jonathan really put the quintessential time in to take the bat out of this battle.
The winner is Captain Battle.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I kind of... Well, we were right, man, because... And all it took was not only his greater speed, but the... Which was actually evenly matched, but the Dissolver gun was the one that was going to end that, like... Even if that fight was on. And then, And I think I understand it, because... I guess they had similar... Speed, strength, possibly versatility, skill... Taponcy, but the ray gun was the one that was the deciding factor that gave Captain Battle the win anyway. Now anybody could have taken the Dissolver gun, but the Dissolver ray gun was the one that ended because because this dude's primary thing is guns. He has like ray guns, so it's basically laser versus gun. So hey, it has the same properties, but it was it. So. Yeah, and I kind of liked it how the results go, because it's understandable. I mean, and no matter what type of counter use, even if these are comes to the public domain, he would probably have better feats and better arsenal to carry him in this fight through anyway. I think that's also good. I mean, so good on them, Mrs. Breifs, for researching this battle between these two knockoffs of Captain America vs. Batman, even though Batman vs. Captain America had turned out the same way in the original Death Battle, but not Death Battle. This is Captain Battle, Black Bat. They're not turn out the same way. So this is kind of the closest thing to Captain America winning against the Batman. Now let's see what kind of next time episode they're gonna pull off next. Oh, sorry. Oh, and this was a 400 subscriber type of episode, huh? Well, this is cool. So they got a close for all of that. Thank you again for everyone for the love and support over the years. Okay. So there's no next time on this one. Okay, well, I guess that's kind of it. I mean, this was like a 4,000. I didn't even know this was like the 400 subscriber special episode, though. So I think they're currently working on another Not Death Battle, but yeah. But this one was pretty much a weird one. I mean, to say the least, and that was kind of cool. I think it was interesting. I say the live action fight was absolute cinema. I mean, that was one of the best fights you ever seen, like out of that. So we might have to go for that though, but we probably have to put in a budget for our camera and stuff like that. And of course, the first ever motion comic with Axel and Cody, kind of a bit of a success, but we probably need to up our motion comic game when it comes to the characters that don't fight. Yeah, we probably should. But we probably should. Yeah, we will probably do that, but we probably will test the waters on this whole thing. Yeah. Even though our studio is kind of AI generated, but who cares? This is Xenoverse Labs. Stay with it, people. But anyway. So, anyway, this has been our reaction to this Not That Battle of Captain Battle versus Black Bat. I mean, this was absolute cinema. Shout out to Nemesis Bloodlight for this. Continue doing your thing. You're watching this. Please give us your Discord also. And we're kind of a bit tuckered out right now. Think we need to go get a drink to wash up this stink though. And be on the lookout for more reactions because we might. And don't forget, we are planning on doing a reaction to the old Death Battle of Zuko vs. Todoroki when we're getting close to completion of Zuko vs. Roy Mustang, as well as the DVX of that same battle. Alright? So that'll be the first time, so you get like a double feature of it. Okay, so all I gotta say is to y'all guys, keep it to the reactions. Be kind to others. Stay kind to others. Be kind to yourself. Stay kind to yourself. Be awesome. Stay awesome. I'll see you dudes next time on Unkgeta and Breifs Reacts. Later. Bye.